Welcome. In this Python session, we will see about creating two-dimensional array and performing operations on it. Now, two-dimensional array is an array which stores data in a matrix or in a table format, of course, which will be having number of rows and columns. If I want to create a two-dimensional array, how this can be created, we will see in a practical. So for that, I need to import NumPy module, import NumPy as NP. If I want to create two-dimensional array, suppose I am giving name as a TA is equal to the NumPy module is having function. That's why NP dot function name is array to create an array. Now we know that array is a function, that's why it starts with the parenthesis. Now it is a collection of value, that's why the collection of value starts with the square bracket. Now as it is a two-dimensional array, I have to move to the next indentation mentioning the first row in the square bracket. All the values will be separated by commas. If I want to have another row, so we have to give comma here and start with your next row. Again, it is a collection of values. Mention values separated by comma. If you want new row, you can start with the comma and next row again. But if you want to stop array, just close this collection of all the rows in the square bracket that we had started here. We are closing here. Now we have to close this starting parenthesis over here. Now the two-dimensional array is created. Let's print this GA array. It is printed. This TA array is having two rows, first and second, and each row is having three values in it. So the dimension of this array is 2 by 3, two rows, three columns. If I want to print that, I have properties ending. So which array? Name of array is TA and the properties ending, which will be printing number of dimensions of TA array. So what does it showing? This TA array is having number of dimensions 2. Number of dimensions 2 means it is having number of rows and number of columns. So two dimensions are there. If it could have been a single dimensional array, it could have displayed one only. If I want to print shape of this array, I have a property ta.shape. What it will be printing? It is printing the number of rows 2, number of columns 3, because each row is having three values. Shape of the array is 2 by 3, 2 rows 3 columns. These are the properties of array. If I want to display the total number of element in the array, another property is, so that's why array name dot size, as these are the properties that doesn't have the parenthesis in front of it. Like this, it doesn't have parenthesis because it is not a function, it's just a property. That's why we are writing that property with the name of array only, not numpy. So ta.size, what it has written, there are 6 values in this ta matrix. If I want to print the data type of this, so I will be writing ta.dtype. Again, it is property, so it is showing all the values in the ta array are of integer type. Next, what are the methods that can be used? We have a special method, zeros and ones. These methods are used to create special arrays. Like what? We can, if we want to create an array sometimes all filled with zeros only, what we need to do? We need to use a ready-made function of numpy, that is zeros, and you have to mention the shape of your array. It means if I want to create a matrix with 2 rows and 3 columns, but all should be filled with zeros only. So I will be using ready-made zeros method of numpy. Let's see. Az is equal to np dot zeros and give the dimension. So as zeros is a function, of course, it should have parenthesis, and all the shape or dimension you should mention again in one parenthesis. So if I am writing here 3 by 3, so 3 rows and 3 columns should be filled with zeros only. Is it done or not? So that can be displayed by using printing array. So see, there are 3 rows and each row is having 3 columns and all the values are zeros. We can create a special array filled with ones only. So a o is equal to np dot ones. Again, you can mention the shape of the array in function only, and shape should be mentioned in one parenthesis only. So let's move on to printing this ao array. Print AO, it is like filled with ones only. 2 by 3, 2 rows, and each row is having 3 columns, and all are filled with ones. Now, another method is of NumPy, that is full. It is used to create an array filled or full with a specified value. If I want to create array of 2 by 3 shape, and that should be filled with a specific value 7, so that can be done if f is equal to np dot full, as it is a function bracket. What I need to give the shape has to be in bracket. Suppose shape is 2 comma 3, and this shape you want to be filled with value, suppose 4. Let's see what it is giving. Print this AF array. See, 2 by 3 matrix, 2 rows, 3 columns, and all the values are, instead of 0 and 1, we have a specified value, that is 4. Next function is arrange. Arrange function is used to arrange, use the array elements. We want to create array with a specified range. Array a and range. Array with a range, that we can mention your starting value and your end value, and all the series of values will be taken to fulfill your array, and you can mention the shape also. So if I want to create array from 1 to 6 values, and that should be arranged in a 2 by 3 matrix. So let us do it. Array is equal to np dot array, and we are creating value with the range, a range, and the starting value is 1, ending value is 7, that we have to mention in the parenthesis if we want to reshape this into 2 by 3 matrix. Print ar all the values starting from 1 ending with 7 minus 1 means 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6 are arranged in a 2 by 3 matrix. How we can access elements from two-dimensional array? Now in a one-dimensional array it's simple, because only one index position is used, which is starting from 0. But in two-dimensional array, each value is having two position. First position has to be number of row, in which number of row the value exists, and the second index has to be like number of column, in which column the value is mentioned. Now suppose where this 50 value is, what is the location of 50 value? So 50 value is in number of row. First row is 0, second row is 1. So 50 value is in row number 1, and the column number is 0 1 0 1. So number of row is 1 and column number is 1. So this is how two indexes are required for accessing the value from two dimensional array. The name of array and in square bracket we have to mention the number of row and column. Now suppose from this uh, array matrix, if I want to print the particular position element from array, okay, give the number of row and give number of column. So what it will print? Zeroth row and second column value. The zeroth row is this one and the second column is 0 1 2. That's why this three value is printed over here. Now this is for accessing one element. Now if I want to access a complete row, how you can access a complete row? Of course you can mention the number of row. So as I said, number of rows starts from 0. If I want to print only second row, so the index position of second row is 1 because the first row is at index position 0. So if I write print from array 1, what it will print? It will print first row. First row means first position row. This is 4 5 6 and zeroth row is this 1 2 3. If I want to print a complete column, what I need to do? I have to skip the number of row. Sorry, for accessing a complete column, you can mention colon over here at the place of number of row, comma, and here mention the column. For example, what it will display if I print in bracket array of colon means number of row, comma, and the number of column I want is 1. Let's see what it is printing. It is printing from all the rows, means from both the rows. I want first position column values. Now from this matrix, the zero column values are 1 and 4. One position value column values are 2 and 5. Two position column values are 3 and 6. So from all the rows, to mention all the rows, we have to mention colon. Colon means all the rows at first place. And which column values? If you are giving 1, so it will print only first position column values only from all the rows. Okay, now slicing. We know that if I want a particular thing, like I want a particular row with all column values, that also can be done. So print from array what you want to print. I want to print first row and all the columns, so I will be writing like this. I have given specified row number 1, it means 0 1. This row I want. What I want? Colon means all the column values, so it should display 4 5 6. Okay, what if it does print a1 of 1? It will be displaying position at first row and first column. So from this matrix, first row is this one. Okay, from this row, first column value means 0 1, means the value is 5. Okay, next method is reshape. Reshape method is to change the shape of the array. If you have one dimensional array, you can change it to two dimensional array and you can print it. Suppose one dimensional array is onp dot array. If I have values like this, and if I sorry of course the values has to be in square bracket, and if I am printing one dimensional array, it is showing one dimensional array. If I want to change it to two dimensional array, I will be changing it by using np dot reshape. Sorry, reshape is a method of array. Which array I want to change? O dot into reshape. What I need to give in the function, the shape is like 2 comma 3, 2 rows and 3 columns. Oh, oh. Okay, what it has given, the values are, I have 7 values in this, and if I am trying to fit that into 2 comma 3 means 2 rows and 3 columns, so number of element has to be 2 into 3 means 6. So it will accommodate only 6 values. So that's why it is not able to manage these 7 values into 2 by 3 shape. That's why it has given an error. So we will create one more array. We will create O is equal to np dot array, suppose array with collection of values, and if I am creating 1 comma 2, so I have 8 values. We can have this into 2 by 4 like this. If I am printing O, it will be showing one dimensional array. If I want to change its shape, we can use the method of array. T is equal to O dot, I want to reshape into 2 comma 4, 2 rows and 4 columns, so it will accommodate 4 into 2 means 8 element. Let's print this T array. So 2 rows, okay. Each row is having 4 columns. Done. Next method is flatten. This will convert two-dimensional array into 1D. Reshape method is used to convert 1D into 2D, and flatten method is used to convert 2D into 1D. So as we have this 2D array T, and if I want to again convert it into one dimensional array, so that can be done by using flatten method. Suppose 1D is equal to T dot flatten method. As it is a method, we will print this one dimensional array. So it is again converted, this two dimensional matrix is converted into one dimensional array. If we want to uh, change the rows into columns, we have transpose method, or we can use dot t property of the array. So let's see, if I want to convert this two dimensional array, I want this rows value should be considered as a column values. So for this t, I will be using t property. So if I write print, the name of our two-dimensional array is 2, and dot by using capital T for the transpose. Let's see, is it working? So see, all these 1 2 3 4 values which were the row, which was the row, it is converted into columns. If you could observe the first column 1 2 3 4, this second row is converted into as a second column 5 6 7 8. This is known as a transpose. Next, we have all the common method, sum, mean, max, and the sort. So these are the methods of array, not of numpy. We will use that on this O one dimensional array. Let's see, or in the on the two dimensional array, our two dimensional arrays T. So if I want to print the sum of all the two-dimensional array elements, so t dot sum, it is showing value. If I want the largest element from this two-dimensional array, I have a function max. Then minimum or smallest value from this two-dimensional array, I have mean function. It will display the smallest element from 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, that is 1. And if I want to display the mean value from this two-dimensional collection, it is showing mean value.